World Champion, and more.
Anota a placa é o trem, Lacoste Kenny, nós vale o que tem, mas riqueza é o que a nota não compra.
Jansen Gomes, one of the best known black belts active on the world scene right now, returns to the ADXC cage in his second main event appearance. Jansen, of course, won in Brazil against Bruno Lima in a 5-round match. An absolute war that had the fans on their feet. And he's back here for more.
Live from Abu Dhabi, ADXC presents 5 rounds in a middleweight jiu-jitsu contest. And this is the second of our main events. Introducing first in the blue corner, weighing in at 83.4 kilograms, fighting out of Brazil, Uanderson Ferreira! And his opponent in the red corner, weighing in at 83.9 kilograms, also fighting out of Brazil, Jansen Gomes! Your referee in charge, Vito Shaolin.
All right, so now it is time for our jiu-jitsu main event match between two of the best black belts on the scene.
Here we go. I'm excited for that one.
Vito Shaolin Ribeiro about to get things underway here. In the white gi, Jansen Gomes of Checkmat. In the black gi, Uanderson Ferreira. And you can hear the fans in the crowd because Uanderson, well, he's based here in Abu Dhabi. He has a lot of support.
Yes, I mean, Uanderson is fighting pretty much out of home. Home boy here. Jansen, one of his best phase of his career. Probably one of the two most exciting fighters in the world fighting each other. It's incredible.
And Vanessa, you know, you could just feel the energy, the way that they lock up and the, you know, the intention behind those grips from the very beginning, right?
Oh yeah, no, this is instant fireworks. You hear the energy from the crowd that's here in the building right now, and you see the energy coming off of these two. They're just attack after
Look
attack.
Look at that beauty.
Nice circle from Jansen Gomes in denying the shot there from Uanderson Ferreira. And just already, you know, we're less than 1 minute into this match.
Not holding back at all.
I think that both of these guys, they fought each other multiple times. And one thing they know is they need to make an impression early. They need to get the momentum going in their direction. And now it's Jansen Gomes who walks Uanderson Ferreira up against the cage, and he's in a great position to start working for the takedown. But
Gomes went for a really great takedown there moments ago, and Uanderson did a good job at sprawling, and I love the defense from both of these men. Using the cage control here, Uanderson's doing a good job at keeping his feet flush up against the side of the cage. That's going to help to prevent a lot of the takedowns. And Gomes, in turn, is doing a great job at keeping his knee towards the middle. So his job is to try to separate the legs, and Uanderson's trying to stay up onto his feet.
yeah, interesting that that sleeve is really this problem for Jansen because Uanderson's controlling it. It means it means that Jansen can't grab the leg to take him down, right?
Yeah, it's very. And plus the cage is helping helps Uanderson with that. See that grip is now is different. Now he managed to connect.
Got his hands together and he's got the single. Can he pull Uanderson away from the fence? We should really be sticking with the action rather than looking at the coach's corners here because there is a lot happening. We don't want to miss a thing.
Jansen, at least he can take down. Beautiful sweep here. Hashibarai here by Jansen. For the first time here, Uanderson in a bad situation. Very stuck. Look how strong he is. Oh man, it's beautiful approach here by Jansen.
Jansen's really putting a lot of forward pressure on, but there's a little spin and a submission attack from Uanderson Ferreira right at the end.
Stop that.
End of the first round.
Very smart.
That was good work from Uanderson in escaping from a really bad position and going straight into a submission attack.
And very smart by Jansen to counter with the same approach, because now if that was one attack he also did, would be able to still win the round.
So Jansen had him really locked up against the side of the cage there, and we saw Uanderson really trying to take the legs and use that grip to try to sweep him going into the toe hold position.
Beautiful single here.
I like Jansen's base though, you know, it's he wasn't even able to sprawl, but he just dropped his hips and adjusted his base enough to be able to shut down the entry from Uanderson Ferreira. But this, Braulio.
Look at that, the only time that you allow Uanderson to move, he went straight away to a submission attempt. He's very dangerous, and the only time that Jansen could stop Uanderson was when he squeezed him against the cage. That was the only time that Uanderson was stuck. Every movement before that was all initiated by Uanderson, so that means that he really wants it.
All right, start of the second round now. These 3-minute rounds, wow, they go by so fast, don't they? A lot can happen, but they go by fast. But I feel like for guys like this, it's perfect because they can just go all out for 3 minutes. Then they get 1 minute to rest, and then they go all out again.
And I'm telling you, it's tiring. It's like sometimes it's more tiring if you play 10 rounds. Oh, sorry, 10 minutes, one go. Whoa, takedown approach here by Uanderson, well defended by Jansen. Still in with the bottom.
It wasn't, reversal. It wasn't a clean takedown, but Uanderson briefly landed on top, but Jansen, you cannot hold him down. Look at that.
Unbelievable. This is the amount of energy you spend. Every time you go full on.
Uanderson, it is well known that he does have great judo-style throws, and I think that Jansen kind of knew that because it seems that he was well prepared, you know. He knew that as soon as he hit the mat, he could pop back up in an attacking position.
Yeah, and I feel like Jansen took that as a scramble position that Uanderson was winning only for the moment before getting swept.
Right. And I feel it's smart as well that Uanderson is maybe going to be looking for legs again here because, well, Jansen Gomes did suffer a very nasty leg.
And here we go again, another footlock attempt.
Earlier this year, Jansen was submitted with a leg lock, and I think Uanderson knows if there is a weakness, it could be the feet.
He doesn't have it fully wrapped around the side of the toes, though, as we saw. It did slip out.
Well defended the back attack here.
Nice recovery from Uanderson in not getting his guard passed. But Jansen, look at the position he's in now. He's just got Uanderson stuck up against the cage. That's not a fun place to be, Vanessa, right?
No, it's never a fun place to be when your neck is up against that cage right there. It really limits all of the movement. So if Jansen just can keep his hips in line and keep his knees outside of Uanderson's hips, Uanderson will not be able to move. Yeah, and Jansen can pass the guard.
Man, Jansen's really actually sticking Uanderson up against the fence and lifted his hips to put even more pressure up on the head. Uanderson's absolutely stuck right there.
So what Uanderson wants to do is try to get his hips off to one side or the other, which would take the pressure off of his neck. But that takes a lot of cage awareness.
Well, Jansen really does well against the cage. That's how he actually controlled Bruno Lima when he beat him.
Oh, that's right.
Using the cage, he probably is doing his homework right.
He's probably one of the only jiu-jitsu guys that we've seen very quickly adapt to the cage and to using the wall as a weapon, as we've said. You know, that a lot of guys will use it to escape, but not too many guys use it offensively, and Jansen's one of them.
He does use the cage very offensively, like we just saw, and it was beautiful that he actually controlled the hips, because we have seen some people get stacked up against the cage, but it didn't necessarily.
Look at the takedown here.
Beautiful throw.
He almost got Jansen's back to the mat, but Jansen popped up. Now they went down again. And
then he got the momentum to jump out to the other side.
But man, Jansen just, You can't hold it. Look at that. Beautiful reversal.
So good. I mean, he's in the best phase of his career. You know, Jansen is showing a lot of maturity in the jiu-jitsu, on the strategy. I mean, dealing with the unexpected like this, for
Beautiful toe
example.
hold.
So Uanderson has got an idea. He's like, if I get an opening, he's going to go for the legs, right? It seems pretty clear. But if he's got a submission in mind, it seems to be the leg lock. But Jansen's cage work, very,
Really
very
strong.
impressive.
With purpose.
All right, here we go. Third round at ADXC 6. Jiu-Jitsu main event match between Jansen Gomes in the white and Uanderson Ferreira in the black. Look at the feints. You can see just one guy ready to pull the trigger and go.
Jansen looked like he was almost baiting Uanderson to come in for the legs.
They're both so explosive, aren't they? That's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
These guys are very
And
quick.
agile. Oh, Hyman, ooh, so close for the submission.
I
there.
say explosive, and look at that. Yeah,
And
what
dangerous.
very dangerous. Look at Jansen, a little bit of showboating now. Fighting for position in the center of the cage, trying to get those grips that they want.
I mean, Uanderson has a very strong grip right now. Jansen literally reversing the grip, so they each are gripping each other with the same hand.
Yeah, that's that sleeve grip, isn't it? There's a battle. You can see Jansen even brought his knee up to try and clear it. That's how strong it was.
Gomez is keeping his hips back very far, so it's going to be hard for Uanderson to go for any of his judo tosses from this position.
Sayonara dropping on his attempt to look the flying number for the
Flying
triangle. Well
triangle.
defense.
Uanderson really mixing up the techniques here, but
But that's what the people want to see, right? Those flying triangles, flying numbers, and this is definitely looking good on the eyes of the judges, for sure.
absolutely, yeah, and these add up. But Jansen's just so solid in the
Really
face of all these attacks. And look at this position that he's in right here. He's so heavy with his base.
Uanderson getting in a lapel, then entangling with the left leg. Try to go underneath, maybe to go for a knee bar possibility there. It's a good opportunity there. If he swings the right leg, it's a danger thing for Jansen. Still being patient here. Jansen's doing a great thing by putting the knee on the ground to protect this possibility. There's 40 seconds to go.
Uanderson has Jansen all the way up in the air, and Jansen is still staying into top position.
Jansen already freed the knee just in case to protect the knee bar.
That was a nice inside spin there from Uanderson. He's kind of landed into this single leg X position now, but they're just going to reset it because it seems that the foot maybe went inside the gi. So
Uanderson's like, that's where I wanted it.
Opa to the back attack. Oh, well
Very
defended.
close. Very close to getting to that back.
Jansen's posture so high. Look at that.
How strong is Jansen? He just rips off out of the grip. That Uanderson grip, not just any grip. You know, just with attraction.
Very interesting third round, and
That was a difficult one to figure out who took it. It wasn't very clear.
yeah, no clear leader in that round, I would say.
I would say thus far in the fight, it's pretty hard for me to be able to determine who it is that's actually winning. You know, we have great positions and great attacks coming from both sides. I feel like maybe Uanderson has more submission attacks.
Attempts.
Yes, even though at the end of the round, Jansen was also finishing in the same toe hold, but it was Uanderson who initiated.
Yeah, this is the thing. Uanderson's playing a very smart game. Every opportunity that he has, he's shooting a submission, even if it's not really dangerous, but he's getting the judges to look at it. Look at this. Beautiful jump. Approach of the triangle. Was well defended, but it was there.
Almost a back attack here. Jansen turned his hips right on time to make it into the guard position.
All right, we enter the championship rounds now. 4th round here in this Jiu-Jitsu main event match.
Both of these boys still look very fresh. They look ready.
Yeah, by this time they already kind of felt the game. They understand what's up. Into the mode, nice single leg approach here by
Nice
Jansen.
pickup from Jansen. I like the way that he drew
Very
that.
good
wow.
takedown here. Beautiful takedown.
Love the way that he caught it and then drew the leg in close and then ran him down. Coming on top now.
This is a big move here for Jansen.
Yeah, to score it so early in the round is good as well, right?
Yeah.
And
Is
we
it
are
knee
in
bar?
on a knee bar. Then he went for the toe hold attempt, and now he's searching for the next leg.
Well, is it going?
He's still after it. He's still looking for legs.
The foot
Uanderson
locks.
is definitely really focused on trying to get a leg. They're in the 50-50 now. And Jansen's got his arm through the middle, but you're absolutely right, Vanessa. You know, it's just like that focus on the legs is so clear.
Yeah, he swam straight from one leg over to the next. We got a warning from the ref here for action.
Oh, they can't hang out in these positions. We do need to see, you know, a constant pursuit of either improving the position or looking for the submission.
Uanderson was trying to pull a straight ankle, but from the wrong side of his body.
Again, Jansen using the cage with purpose to shut down Uanderson. Just over 1 minute, and yes, Uanderson is doing. Jansen is doing a great job with the cage.
Man, he's got
10 out of 10.
Uanderson in a bad spot here because Uanderson's got a gi grip. You can see his foot on it, but it's not really doing anything, and Jansen's putting all the pressure on here.
Yeah, it's hard to take away.
Uanderson's really holding himself
Yeah.
into this cage position here with the way that he's holding onto that gi.
Exactly. He's put himself, not big any help for him. Look at that switch of the pass. Oh my God.
Beautiful
And the
pass
mount.
to the mount
Wow.
for Jansen Gomes.
It's 27 seconds and he passes close to the cage. This is incredible.
Jansen going high now, looking for the arm, looking for the
Kimura.
Kimura. Trying to scoop it up, reverse armbar. Switches to the straight armbar. Jansen on the
It's on.
submission.
Wow.
Uanderson fights a way out and is on top. but
Unbelievable.
Very strong submission attack from Jansen Gomes at the end of the 4th round there. What a way to end that.
Wow.
Into the mount and then onto the arm. Uanderson was in real trouble.
We thought he was going for the Kimura, and then he goes for the inverted arm lock. Then he goes for the straight arm lock. That was incredible.
Incredible.
It really was. That was a very
Solid.
slick series of attacks.
Solid round for Jansen. Look at the takedown. Bam. Beautiful. You know, and I like when it, look at this.
I love
wow.
how he swept the leg from underneath him. You know, it really left him without anything to stand on. And here we have Uanderson initially going for a knee bar position, trying to dig for the toe holds. He goes for a straight ankle lock, but I believe the leg was on the wrong side of the body for there to be anything
Look at the shift
solidified.
now, look. How he pins and then he jumps through. What?
Wow. And then he
Beautiful.
stepped over, but then he switched his legs and went straight into the mount.
That was beautiful. That shift in one go, like a scissor shift, was impressive. Then the armbar in the end here. Wow. I wonder how tight that was. How close to the top was on Uanderson down.
Yeah, you have to wonder if Jansen just had a little bit more time because, you know, he obviously was rushing it because he knew that there was only a few seconds left. Maybe he would have been a bit more patient with the attack if he'd just had a bit more time, but 5th round now. This is it. All comes down to this. Wow, Jansen really just his physical strength in holding Uanderson against the cage here. Look at that. Do you think that last sequence maybe took something out of Uanderson?
For sure.
Maybe.
For sure.
Maybe mentally, for sure.
Psychologically as much as
Yeah.
physically, yeah.
Takedown.
Oh, nice take. Another
Wow.
early takedown. Jansen just seems in. Oh, my word!
This is what gets tired.
This is the only person so far in ADXC competing in the gi using the cage in this way. Jansen Gomes just stuffing Uanderson Ferreira up against the fence and making life really difficult and uncomfortable for him.
And you can see Jansen is actually grabbing the lapel and just pinning him to this cage.
And this will get him more tired because he's getting himself stuck. That with that grip, he will constantly using to not lose to keep him there. Like the pressure with the cage behind you.
I don't think Uanderson has a plan for this grip that he has here. I think he's just using the grip because it's what he's comfortable with, and I think out in the open, it would be a great position for him to maybe turn around to the back or potentially sweep, but right here, he's holding himself to the cage.
I mean, it stops Jansen from mounting or improving his position, but at the same time, like you say, Uanderson is just stuck here. And that's a kind of a fortunate restart for Ferreira. You know, Jansen's actually too, because he has a chance of doing it again, but man, he was putting Uanderson in some pressure in that position.
Yeah, you can see that Uanderson's feeling a little bit the pressure, that he's a little tired. It was because of the constant pressure in the fourth round.
Jackson's really starting to take it away here in the championship rounds.
Flying guard pull there for Uanderson Ferreira.
Again, look at
back
that,
to the cage, back to the cage.
Wow, Uanderson very smartly opened his guard then because he knew that Jansen was just going to walk him back up against that cage. Can't see the action here because of the referee positions. We change camera angles. This is better now. And another break with only 20 seconds remaining. And you can just hear this arena is just so loud with support for both sides, of course. You know, Jansen has so many fans, Uanderson being based here in Abu Dhabi. And the last 10 seconds of this 5-round match goes right down to the wire.
Excellent job by both gentlemen all the way through to the end of this round.
That was a very intriguing match. There was a lot going on there, and I think, I said it before, I'll say it again, Jansen is the only one using the cage in this manner out of all the gi fighters we've seen on ADXC so far. And I think he's proved how effective it can be.
Oh, I respect it. Oh, I definitely respect it. And I mean, he showed not only just, again, pressing down the cage, but the way that he controlled the hips, you know, and he really did stack the Uanderson up against the cage, you know, just really putting that pressure on the neck. It was wonderful. It was beautiful, beautiful cage work, especially somebody who doesn't come from an MMA background, you know, someone who's more of a gi player. And Uanderson, great job attacking for the foot locks, the leg locks, the knee bars, the toe holds.
Yeah, he had real success earlier on in the match with those kind of leg attacks, but after a certain point, it felt like Jansen's momentum just became too much, and Uanderson almost felt a little maybe out of ideas by that point.
Yes, I think after that amazing submission attack coming from Jansen, Uanderson was probably a little bit deflated going into the fourth round.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards, who scored about 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47. All three in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. In the red corner, Jansen Gomes. I would now like to ask Sheikh Tariq bin Faisal Al-Qasimi, Sheikh Ali bin Abdullah Al-Mualla, and Mr. Mohammed Al-Husseini into the cage to present the winner's trophy.
Jansen Gomes remains undefeated here at ADXC, his second win in a main event match. And another very impressive decision victory. the young Brazilian from Checkmate team. Unanimous decision, 48-47, 49-46, 48-47. So there were a couple of judges who scored it, 2 rounds to Uanderson, but ultimately Jansen stronger later in the match and was able to claim the victory.
Não passa batida, eu vi, nem despercebido aqui. Agora pode aplaudir meu desempenho. Menor não é tudo que eu tenho, menor não é tudo que eu tenho. Mas não é pra isso que eu venho, mas não é pra isso que eu venho. Porque revidar pra nós não é prêmio. Leitura de olhar eu aprendi com o tempo. Amor é só de mãe, eu aprendi com o tempo.
I'm here with the champ, Jansen. Man, tough 5 rounds. How you feeling right now?
Now I'm starting to recover, but I was so tired, I know coming to the match was going to be 5 rounds or submission. This guy is very tough. We fought a couple of times before, so this time it was different. I trained a lot, I was very prepared for this fight, so I'm really happy. I got the win, in my comeback in 4 months, I'm so happy. I don't have these words to describe this moment, I'm just feeling so happy.
How did you feel when he escaped from that submission? How tight it was? Did you think he was going to get it?
Yeah, for sure, because on the first spin, the arm was very tight still, but this guy, like I say, he have the warrior spirit, so he not gonna give up so easy. So I was like, I'm gonna finish, and then he escaped. I said, oh fuck, now we're gonna go. Sorry, now we're gonna keep with the battle, But very happy. This guy very good, when I was orange belt, he was I think yellow. So I always was like 1 belt ahead, But now I see like we both black belt, fighting the highest level. So this showed that from people that we came from, that we can be anywhere we want.
Man, it was very clear that you've been doing your homework, using the cage on purpose. Was it part of the strategy to push once against the cage to shut him down?
The strategy was to, go for the battle, for the war. I don't have too much strategy, because always for me, when I build the strategy for the fight, always the fight stand, so we have to adapt, but I was using the cage a lot, I was training a lot in the wall with my professor Vieira, so the wall was a little bit of the strategy, and the other part was just to go forward, try to kill each other, chasing the submission, and the submission didn't happen, but I was happy with my performance.
Thank you very much, Jansen. Do you want to say something?
Yeah. I saw the belt outside, very beautiful. I don't know why the belt is not on my waist right now, so I want the belt that is over there on my waist.
Congratulations, Jansen. Looking forward to see you back again. Well done.
What a great match, and you can hear Jansen Gomes saying he sees that belt out there. We have a belt in a display case just in the entrance there where all the fans are coming in. And we will be awarding those, well, they'll be up for grabs a year from now once our rankings are set. But Jansen's already got his eyes on that championship belt, and I think with good reason, right?
Oh, absolute good reason. I mean, he had such a worthy opponent here in Uanderson, and the fact that they fought so many times prior, it gives both of them an advantage and an edge. They both knew how strong the other one was, the strengths, the weaknesses, and Jansen did come out on top. And it was a beautiful match, and I think in the future,